Paused it. Okay, so it's now the first thing first. It's like it's a metal, but it's painted metal. It's not like just solid metal like, without any paint or without any layer. So you cannot have like full metal. So you can what I did is here I applied a base texture which is already available. I can just delete. I just deleted everything. So first thing first, like how I like create this thing. I'll go to smart material. Most of the time I prefer to use smart material and search for metal or painted metal. You can see if I search for paint, there are a lot of presets are already there. You can see steel paint with that like is painted, but all the edges are visible. Then we have another the paint chipped off. So we most probably you will be using this one because paint and like in gaming most of the time we'll create assets with like which are little bit used and weathered, and we have some wear and tear. So I'll be using this, just simply drag drop. I can see it's automatically generated the paint surface plus all the corner edge wear automatically. Wherever you have normal map, based on that will generate all the information. You see everywhere it will generate all this thing. But this biggest color you can see it's like completely matte, and as far as I remember this red color is, so what is happening here is there is one layer, solid layer with grayish bluish tint and full metalness. Top of this there is a solid color fill layer with no metalness at all. So paint is non-metallic in nature. Vishnu is joining. Paint is non-metallic in nature, so for paint we'll switch off metal. So all these map, if you you guys understand, right? What is the function of this map, or should I explain it?
Sir, explain.
Okay. So okay, then I'll switch it off. So first thing, like you can see, like when we texture, it's PBR process, physically based rendering. The property of the surface based on that we create. So every map, like whenever you create texture, let's delete this one, empty, nothing is there. So right now it's only the normal information and ambient occlusion information is visible. Rest nothing is visible and mesh. So first thing first, we create a fill layer. This is fill layer. This is delete. This is folder. This is your like some like preset layer if you want to add. This is your paint layer. This is your mask, and this is your effects. And this one you can switch between base color, height, roughness, metal roughness between those channels. So whenever you create any map and any like fill layer, it will come with color, height, roughness, metal, and normal. Color is like diffuse basically. Color is color information. Height is basically height information. In substance we generate normal map, and we can add normal map, and plus we can add height map also. But when we export the texture, all the height map will convert it into normal and generate a map. It will generate a map. Roughness is basically the surface property, how rough it is or how smooth it is. So rough, like if it's like 100% rough, that means full white. So it's basically all the maps are basically controlled by black and white map channel. So full white means full roughness, full black means for zero roughness. So less roughness is shiny, more rough is matte. So white is matte, black is shiny. This is one of the most important thing you need to understand and develop understanding, because usually we create a specular map where white is shiny and black is non-shiny, but whereas in roughness all the white is matte, black is shiny. It based on the property of the surface. So usually you have metal, steel or chrome or glass, their surface is super shiny and super smooth. That's why they're shine. That's why it's like roughness is 0 or maybe near to 0. So like this we create. Metal is basically another, again another map where you define the areas. Like, okay, I'll just show you. Let's create, this is okay, switch off everything, color. Just alt click on the one section, it will active, keep that, and rest everything is deactivated. You can see all these things are deactivated. So I can click this and change any color, right? This is just diffuse. Then I'll create one more part, sorry, only height. And you can see if I change plus or minus, nothing happens here because there is no information in this channel. So there are two ways I can add information in this channel. Either I can add a map, just click on this gray box, and I can add any information, see, and based on this map it will generate depth, height map. So it can be anything. So again, change it, and suppose I want to add some pattern, and then I can increase the scale. See, it just height. There is no color information, nothing. It just, if I switch off color, it's all gray. All these things are generated with this only one map, height. So it can be anything. This is one way of creating this. Another way is add some height. It can be plus, it can be minus. It's empty layer, only height map is there. Right click, add a black mask. Right click, add a paint, and under this paint, I can paint whatever I want. See, so whatever I'll paint, it will generate the height map based on that particular this mask. Alt click on the mask and see this part is white. So I can create whatever I want to do, and then click on this. You can see it will generate. This is all a height map. Now create one more layer, roughness. Roughness, by roughness, we, if you don't have a roughness map, by default everything is 50% gray. Like it's not too shiny, not too matte. So if you don't create any roughness map, it will be by default 50% gray. But we we create roughness. So now we have roughness, and under this roughness you can see by default it's somewhere grayish. If I want to make it shiny, you can see matte, shine. Super glossy, it's reflecting everything. Super matte. And this also, like if I want to, like an substance, everything is controlled by mask. Everything, like suppose this is affecting all the part, but I don't want to make everything shiny. I want to make this thing shiny. So in substance, you have to work on each and every individual section separately. Suppose this section is super shiny and this section is super matte, so I have to create two separate layer with mask. Like for this is like suppose super shiny, right click black mask, and right click paint layer, and either I can paint it manually or I can polygon fill it. Right, left side, this option is polygon fill, and this is mesh. This is triangle, polygon, mesh, UV. So I can select UV or anything and click on this. So you can see only this section is shiny. And alt click on this mask, you can see only this section is white. So it's this part is visible only and only where is white. Like in Photoshop, we mask it, white is visible, black is not visible. Exact same thing. So this layer have some property. I'm masking out the rest of the part and keeping this only this visor, this glass part exposed. So that is super shiny. Now it's done. And now suppose this is all, it looks plasticky. Now I want to create few things metal. So alt click on the metal, only metal. I can modify all of them at once in one layer, but just to make you understand, I'm doing it in separate layer so that you understand clearly what is happening here. So right now 0, it's black, means no metal at all. 1 is full metal. So technically the like materials are either metal or non-metal. There is nothing in between. Okay, like either it's metal or it's non-metal. It cannot be like something in between. So, but while texturing, like suppose you have a metallic paint, in that case, it cannot be 100% one and cannot be zero as well. In that case, we use some amount of gray value, which is technically incorrect, but to get the correct output, to get the result, like because everything in gaming, it depends upon your output. Like if output is correct, everything is fine. So just to match with the reference, to create it, like make it look like somewhat metallic look and feel, but not pure metal. So we use sometimes 50% gray and all those values, which is like, but you should know which is technically incorrect, because it cannot be cannot be 50% like 50% metal. Okay, it has to be full metal or non-metal. So but we in gaming, just to create the output or visual, because in production we have render passes, so in that we can control all this thing, but in gaming everything is real time. So just to get the output, we manipulate the property. So like this, and now suppose I want I don't want everything to be metal. So right, again same thing, right click, black mask or maybe white mask, doesn't matter. Right click, and I can paint on this mask directly also. With the help of this, you can see this become full metal, full metal. And go back. So you can see these parts become full metal. The main property of metal is it reflect back the same base color. The reflection will be colored. It cannot be white. You can see the rest of the area reflection is white, and metal part is reflection is red in color. It looks super saturated and glossy. So that's the main difference. So like this, we can modify and define what which are the area metal, which are, and what are the areas which are non-metal. We can define very easily. So everything, for you can see everything, I'm adding a mask. So for each and every output, you have to create a mask, and like wherever you want it, apply it. Wherever you don't want it, do not apply it or mask it out. Then I guess we have one more, normal. So create one more fill map and alt normal. So normal, you can see normal, I cannot paint. I cannot paint here. You see, it doesn't work. All these things are deactivated. I cannot paint. Reason, normal map have XYZ value, and that is something you cannot manually paint. So for normal, you there are a lot of presets. If you go to hard surface, you can see there are a lot of what do you call it? Mm, this is vector normal. These are called vector normal. So if you rotate it, with the color and diamond color and everything will change according to the rotation, and then we can apply this thing. Suppose I have this one, so if I click this, because it's still I cannot paint. What you have to do is drag, drop this thing here, and oh, sorry, one more mistake. This normal, I cannot paint it like this. To paint any normal, you need to have a paint layer, because it cannot be a fill layer. And alt click on normal and drag drop this here, and now you can see your brush is activated. If you click, see, it generate this thing very nicely. You can see I can generate this thing however I want, and all the rotation, everything. You can see if I press, like if I you can see, or you have hardness, you can make it super hard. It's already hard. See, it's already hard. Then you have and position jitter. Jitter basically it's like spread and all. Same thing you have in brush setting in Photoshop. And now angle, like suppose I am creating this, but I don't want this angle. I want to change the angle. Change the angle, then create it. Change the angle, create it, like this. So based on the angle we can generate create everything. See, similarly, just to, if I want to modify, I want to apply multiple this thing, I have to just replace this and now paint this one. Replace this, paint this one. Replace this one, paint this one. See, like this, I can change and create all these detail on my surface. You can see, it's like suppose I want to paint this one, I cannot select and paint it. It won't work. I have to drag drop in normal, and like suppose I want to apply this here. Reduce the brush size, create it. See, it's pretty high detail normals. All these normal maps are super high detail. So lots of hard surface detail we can generate within Substance without any high poly model. Like suppose I want to create something like this. See, I can create this thing super easily. But only one thing I am worried. It's not showing a preview. I don't know. Previously, it used to show preview, and then based on no, it's still not visible. Why it's not visible? Flow path. I don't want flow path.
No, it is actually visible.
Huh?
In mine, I can see the previous one.
That's what that's what like I can I used it previously also. Like this mask usually visible, but I don't know, maybe this latest update have some issue, some bug. So right now I cannot see it. Like whenever you have this like circle cursor wherever, it shows a preview of the normal map, and based on the angle and everything, you can rotate and place and then click it. But right now it's not visible. Maybe it's a bug in latest update, because I cannot see it. Usually it's visible. Usually it's visible. So you can check in your Substance. Maybe it's because of my version, latest version, this version have some issue. So I cannot see it. So like this, you can paint normal map. So this is like basics, like all the layers have their own property and their own things. So everything, when you create a texture, we work on normal, height, roughness, color, everything together. So everything we define at once. So let's working on this. Delete. Fill layer. So the whatever I have used a preset, I can recreate that here. So I keep everything on. My base is metal, right? Base, because all those corners is metal. So I'll go to metal. First thing first, I'll make it metallic. And this color, I'll make it little dark. I don't want this white. I will make it little dark. And my base is ready. Roughness, I can control, make it super shiny or maybe super matte. But metal, I want to make it little shiny. I want to keep it little shiny. So this is my base metal. Like you have to think how this thing is constructed. It's basically a metal structure, and top of it we have a painted color, right? So first layer is metal, full metal, everything is metal. No need to define. Yes, if you want to add some noise or grains to your metal, yes, that is something you can do it here directly. Or suppose you have your metal have some noise or something. If I want to add, I can definitely go and add any of the noise. You can see creates all this cloudy effect. I can increase, decrease, and reduce, or I can just simply keep it simple. Or and then like this is all this is material view, material preview. If you want, you can switch between base color. You can see solid base color, solid color. There is no information of shadow or anything. That is what is called PBR texture. In physically based rendering means physical property of the texture. Like suppose you have a box and it's a white color box or red color box, that based on the lighting, it generates all those shadow and reflection. But in reality, from all the sides, it's a solid color. There is no variation. There is nothing. There is no shadow. Shadow and all it will generate based on the environment. So color will be solid, solid red color or black color, white color, whatever its color. Then press like you can switch between these materials by pressing C from keyboard. Height black because there's no information in height. Then C again. Roughness you can see by default 50% are glossy. Then metallic, full metal, white. C again, normal, because there's no information in normal. I haven't added anything. Then one more time, normal, height, and mesh. This map it will export. Like after, once you finish your texturing, it will combine your normal map, whatever you have generated, like mesh one, then your height, and plus whatever normal you painted. It will combine all three and generate one normal map. So it will look like this. And then again press C, go back to base color. So come back to your material, press M from keyboard, M. And if you want to check all the baked map, like if they are correct or not, press B from keyboard. First one is ID. There is no ID. ID maps are basically identify the part. Like suppose you have a model, suppose you have a simple plane and one side is metal or one side have some complex shape and one side have like some no detail. So if you want to select that, so you either you need to have a mask for it or you have to bring a ID map or a like black and white map from Photoshop or any other software and use it as a ID map. Like it identify, ID is identify basically what all the white part or red, blue, green, whatever color you picked, that section will you can assign. Like it's basically selection. It's basically a selection. Based on the selection will create it. Then B again, ambient occlusion you see nice clean, curvature nice clean. This is the world position basically, like position in the in the world, like top to bottom. System how this algorithm going to read this. So this is bottom, this is top, like this it will read. Then you have thickness, the thickness of the model. All the white part are really thick, all the black part are really thin. Then B one more time, this is normal, you bake. And then again world space normal, based on the position in the world it generate a world space normal. And this ID nothing. So go back to material. So first material I have applied, the first layer is metal, my basic roughness, and this normal is not required. So if I want I can switch it off. This height is not required, I can switch it off. Only color, roughness, and metal I am using from this layer. So anything is unwanted or useless, make sure remove it, switch it off. So your file will be highly optimized. Now, top of this layer, what we do, we paint it. So another fill layer, and this also come up with all this information. Normal is not required, height is not required. So this part is, let's see. Okay, I'll just give me a second. Open my reference. It's like pink in color, I believe. So yeah, it's pink in color. So I open it. You open this thing and keep it wherever you want. Then I want to pick this color. So you can pick pick any color from any other software or anywhere in your computer. Just click on this and you have the picker. Now you see, click on the picker without releasing left mouse button. Just go to your like wherever you have this thing color, click on hover over that and release your left mouse button. It will pick that color based on the screen, like whatever is visible on screen, based on that it will pick that color. So you can see I just drag drop, it picked that color. Done. So everything looks plasticky, there is no metal. So I'll keep it like this. I'll keep it like this because I'll need to expose all my. Okay, Rachit sent me a file. 1.5
Yes, sir.
GB. Okay, I just received the file. Okay, I'll check that also. So this layer is only solid color, but you can see my underlying metal is not visible at all. It's everything is covered, right? So that is something I don't want. I want that base color, those corners should be visible. Like it's a war machine kind of thing. So so there will be wear and tear and weathering. So what I'll to generate those corners, there are a lot of generators available in Substance Painter, although most of the things are automated. So to generate, expose those metal corners, right click, add a black or white mask, doesn't matter. Personally, I prefer black mask. So it's basically removes everything and then I can add whatever I want to add. So black mask, everything is invisible. So there are two different ways of applying a auto generating map. Go to smart mask. These are all mask generator that this will generate mask based on the presets, and all these things, they are smart mask means they are 100% modifiable. You can modify them up to any extent. So you can see there are so many effects are there. So if you drag drop this on the mask, it will generate this cavity rust. Then you have this concrete edge. All you can just hover over those things and check like what this thing is doing. So whatever is the name doesn't matter, as long as it's fits to your purpose and giving you the desired result. So don't go by the name. You can use any of the mask or anything just to create your desired output. So you can see old paint, something is there, small cracks. Paint old is also there. If I want, I can use this also. So let's drag drop and see what happens. It generates a mask, and you can see wherever those that mask is white, those pink color is visible. So but I want all these edges to be visible in metal and rest should be pink. So what I have to do is click on the mask editor, and there's something called, you can see everything related to this mask, all the parameters are here. It's a generator. You can see it clearly says it's a generator. All these options are here, and you can see this is one is using your world space normal, your position gradient, thickness, curvature, ambient occlusion. It's using all those things and generating this effect. So now I want to invert this. So go global invert, click on false. So I can see instantly all black become white, white become black, and it expose all the corners and all the metal part. All the metal part is visible now. So I can like generate it like this, or this is like one technique. Like suppose I don't like this, delete it, and then go to some other option, drag up this one. This one also generate. You can see it's generating something, and it's not that great. Let's try this thing out also. False. It's actually not bad. You see I have nice scratches and all the edge wear and everything. If I want to modify, you can see global blur. If I want to blur it, I can blur it. If I don't want blur, don't blur it. Then I have like balance means increase the amount of grunge, dirt, scratches. Contrast, I can, okay, saving. Contrast, I can increase, make it really sharp. Usually metal edge wears are really sharp. They are not blurry at all. Paint chip off is not blurry. They are really sharp and prominent. And texture is basically this crisscross texture. You can see those things, those effects. Increase, decrease, increase, decrease. So everything is equal control. So you can apply any of this and generate it. And there's one more thing is there that is called generator. Like it is, these are like presets of generator. Now you have actual generator where you can use it directly. Right click on the black mask. Make sure you have selected the mask. Right click, add generator, and this is the empty generator. Click this, and what I want to use, I want to use a metal edge wear. Click on this, so it will generate metal edge wear. Invert it. Okay, see, it generates all the edges, expose all the edges, and create this nice effect. and it reads all your normal map. You have mesh or not, doesn't matter. You see it's a flat surface, but it's generating all the detail. Like this, we'll add all the metal edge wear. And then top of this, now like there are like few basics. First, color, your base solid color. Then top of this, you add the paint or whatever you have. Now your paint is done. Now paint should like your paint like suppose you want to have some variation. If the metal chip was chipped off, there should be a thickness, right? Slight thickness. So, and this is all constructive. Like you can always go back and modify anything. Go back. I don't have height activated. Switch on height and add little height to it. So give little thickness. Don't go crazy with this height. Give it a very little and subtle thickness, minus or plus. Very subtle thickness, and generate all these things nicely. And wherever you feel it's way too much, you see I feel this is like way too much, what I can do is right click on this, add a paint, or I can add on one more generator. And right now I'm painting white. White means it's exposed, so I'm exposing the base layer and remove those unwanted weathering. This is like way too much, I don't want it. Or if I want to remove this entire thing, click on this, click and click, done. So it's basically removing all those areas from, I'm basically masking it. Alt click on the mask, you can see the mask, black and white mask. See, I'm just filling those area with white. That's it. Like this, click on your layer and generate this thing. So like initially we start with this, and then one more thing we do is we pick a color just to add slight dirt roughness I'll have, and make it really rough. Switch on the eye and pick the same color, or maybe slightly dark, slightly saturated, not that matte. And right click, black mask, right click, generator, and click on dirt. So it will generate dirt based on the ambient occlusion. And this is also 100% controllable. Reduce the dirt, increase the dirt, dirt contrast, dirt blurry, smooth. I can see clearly it creates nice effect. So this same thing, like we can like we can manually generate each and every layer and create it. Or personally, what I prefer is I'll go and check all the smart material first, which whatever is available already there, paint. And if I it's a preset already, and it gives me pretty decent result with dirt, with metal, with paint, everything. So whatever I was creating manually, it's already there. Only thing I have to do is select this layer and change the color. That's it. The base color I changed. Now all this rust and all, I have to modify the color. So I have to modify the color, so my base will be ready super easily. And then I'll start adding detail slowly, one by one. And all those masks, all those text and everything will generate here and create here very easily. Paint everything. But there's one more thing is there. Like either you can check this, all this inbuilt presets, or you can see there's a pink button, Substance Share website. If you click this, it will open a website. And it's login, and it's a free. You can create a free login here, so you don't have to pay anything. And if you're using a student version, you can anyways log in. So go to this website, and this website is for Substance Share. You can upload your custom made materials or download custom made materials. You can see smart, go to smart material. You can see there are tons of smart materials already there. If you want to search for something, paint and enter. You can see there are tons of paint effect and everything is there that you can download directly from here and use it. This is like pretty easy and simple. Smart material. So like this you can download, and after downloading, like anything you want to download, let's see, fabric, metal. I have metal. Let's click on metal. You can see there's so many presets. You can see nice presets are there. A lot of, I kind of like this old brass. So suppose I want to use it. Let's click it. Download. Will download, and then like how you going to use it, right? This one. So SPSM, right click, copy it, go to your this thing, documents, and there is, you can see algorithmic. Open it, Substance Painter, open it. There is something called shelf. Shelf is same thing. You can see shelf, this thing. So anything you paste inside this, it will appear there. So it's a smart material. Under smart material, paste it and go to Substance. Go Substance Painter and switch off this. You can see it's instantly loading this one. And if I go and like just to drag drop it, see, it's a pretty nice material with nice detail. See, so most of the work, like because Substance is so versatile and so easy to use, and you can generate amazing quality texture within no time. Like usually, traditionally, if you do it in Photoshop, it will take a 1 week or 10 days to texture properly. But if you do it in Substance, you can do it in 2-3 days, within 3 days, like with perfect quality, like with perfection, without any error. And best part is there is no seam, there is no artifact, there is no issue, there is no overlapping, nothing. Like everything will be sorted and handled by the software. I kind of like this brass effect. What if I create a brass, like this brass robot? Okay, I'll see. I will combine, like, because I kind of like this effect. Okay, in a minute, meeting will over. I'll restart it, rejoin it. It looks pretty nice. This brass effect. You can see, have nice dirt, artifacts, your patches, your everything. It's like pretty nice, nicely done. And best part is